hard,
that,
and it's just like.
Speaking
nasty.
of sex,
Yeah.
we should wait till the show.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
We're recording right now.
Yeah,
Please.
speaking of sex.
All right.
Speaking of sex.
Like,
Was it? Is it Sue Sweeney in
Sydney?
The Voyeurs?
Sydney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, you watched The Voyeurs?
Well, I watched it up to the point where her boyfriend is in back of her
Oh, yeah.
doing it while she's got binoculars on.
Yeah, you know.
Watching.
Hey, whatever gets you off. I mean,
Bill, we said it's a good movie. And
I
we
thought at that
stand by
point,
it.
they're,
went,
you know,
oh my God, this is.
they're not afraid to express themselves
She's
sexually.
watching people screw, and then. Well, anyway, I
know.
I have not seen movies go that far.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's a good one.
they go far on that one.
So she's. Yeah, I like her as an actress. Mm-hmm.
Sydney Sweeney.
All right.
as an actress.
As an actress.
I like it.
Okay, be conscious of your mic, Bill.
All right.
You're way far away.
Too far away. All right.
And there you go. You see how? Can you see the difference?
Sweet spot right there.
If you ever want to make a point to the audience, you can look right there and talk directly
But
to them.
also try to do this, Bill. See how you're keeping the sweet spot in the
there.
mic?
Oh yeah.
What's up? fella?
Tether. Pretend
Yeah.
that
Because
you're
if you
tether.
I can see it.
Right,
the
yeah.
sweet
Keep
spot.
Hello.
Your jaw
All right.
is hooked to it.
All right.
I'm
Since
good,
I haven't
right?
seen a lot of
Yeah.
stuff, I'll be asking a lot of questions.
Okay, well let's just
I've seen none of what we're talking about. So
All right.
let's just hit it. Whoop. I don't know why. Nothing's working.
I think we're still recording. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is your Wi-Fi?
I got 3 minutes
built
of
in
gold so far.
746 Here?
We're gonna have to get Don to look at the makes your arms look like they're big or
I know, right? Look at that.
bodybuilder.
Oh my God!
Jesus.
Jeez Louise!
That's cool.
I did that on purpose.
Okay. Who's been lifting just for the show?
I bought a camera that says accentuates muscle tone
Cool.
the filter.
on close-ups.
Here we go.
You ever have that feeling where you're not sure if you're awake or still dreaming?
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
How come I know so much? What the hell is going on around here? Who the hell are you people?
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Everybody just pretend to be normal, okay? Like everything's normal here.
Abby who? Abby normal. Gimme. I need. Gimme.
Okay, all right.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
From Milwaukee, it's Movie Chatter.
Welcome to Movie Chatter Podcast, episode 201.
All right.
I'm Dave.
I'm Bill.
I'm Don.
And I'm Kelly.
We almost forgot who we are there for a
I
second.
have it written down right
What's
here.
next? What's my line?
Well, it is great to have everybody here for the start of the 201st
Yeah, we had
episode. Yeah,
Had to do that.
had to.
This is considered the
New
third
chapter.
season.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Third season. I don't know what that means. That's kind of...
It's a long season by season
We
standards.
go by 100 episodes per season.
Even back in the olden days of 3 networks, they only used to do maybe 25 a season.
Yeah.
Sitcoms, I
Yeah,
guess.
but in this day and age, there's really no true definition of a season.
No,
a
there's
season
not.
can be whatever you want it to
We're
be.
more of like a soap opera here.
I should know
Yeah,
this,
there
but
you
how
go.
long is
It's a
this?
saga.
We've been doing this.
2018? 17?
All right.
Wow.
Been a while.
Cool.
I mean, 52 weeks in a year. We haven't
Right,
missed
right.
many. We haven't missed
Right.
many.
So, yeah.
No, haven't missed
Good
many.
4 years. All right.
But,
Excellente. So, what's on the agenda for today?
we're going to talk about 9 Perfect Strangers, Foundation, Midnight Mass,
And Ted Lasso.
and Ted Lasso. And I want to know, first of all, after watching Foundation and Midnight Mass especially, are these really TV shows?
Right.
I mean, they're just very long movies cut up.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a while now with the golden age of,
It's a new format.
scripted.
It was when, like,
Television.
when The Walking Dead came out the first time, you were like, it's like a movie. You know, when
Yeah.
that was new. But now,
Right.
I remember hearing the guy that did The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
he
There's a good
said-
example.
Each one is done as if it's a Star Wars movie.
It is. And
All the same amount of money and effort.
great example, because they were 1-hour movies, all kind of joined together with a common story.
You know, in the old days, it was the Mary Tyler Moore show.
right? I mean, that's unacceptable now.
No, my
Well,
God.
it's kind of interesting in the multi-format that you get out of it because, let's say there's 6 episodes or 8 or whatever, which is much more common now. But it's like a 6-hour movie. But then they
Right.
also treat each episode as if it's a mini movie.
Right.
So you've got like that, like you said, the common thread that,
Right, but
that
there's
goes throughout.
sometimes a theme or a big enough topic to make it like almost it's a standalone.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like a focus on a character with an episode or something like that.
Right.
But-
Focus on a character. Great. Of all the ones you mentioned, Ted Lasso tends to be the
It's
most
the most sitcom-y.
traditional sitcom-y. Although lately their episodes have been a little bit more broad. You
Right.
know?
I mean, yeah, you could just jump right into Ted Lasso if you want to, or not quite yet, but
But
it's
That's-
it's more of a TV show.
right on the opposite end of the 4 you mentioned, Foundation, very much, the quality of a Star Wars movie or a big budget movie.
Oh, yeah.
No, and Foundation, which platform is that on? Because that hasn't dropped entirely yet,
Apple.
right? It's Apple
No.
Plus, and
Apple
it has
Plus,
not.
Nope, they give you 2 episodes,
Right.
and then it's every Friday, and they're about an hour long.
Okay.
And that I would say
And then
is
Midnight Mass, I believe, are longer than an hour, right?
they're in the general range. It's like an hour 5 maybe.
I kind of like that.
But Midnight Mass is Netflix, and those are all available, right?
Exactly, and there's 7 episodes of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, it's just crazy that you have to. What was that show with Kevin James on Netflix, the stock car one?
Yes.
I mean,
that was way traditional sitcom.
But I loved it.
I did too.
And I'm so mad that they
Yeah.
canceled that show.
I know. I'll find it here. Right, that is the exact opposite. That they were definitely going for like, standard sitcom format.
And I literally don't watch anything like that anymore. Do you? I mean, do you watch any, unless you're rewatching an old Seinfeld?
The Crew. It was called The Crew.
The Crew
I
is
used to
so
wa-
good.
Used to watch Blackish and
No, but
Modern Family.
But currently,
No, it's all series like this.
yeah, Modern Family's just kind of went off. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
probably the
Recent, but it's done. It's over.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I mean there's
love
definitely
Modern
still a lot
Family.
of that stuff. Yeah, Modern Family is great. Seinfeld is just getting ready to drop on Netflix.
Ooh,
I think
that's
they
exciting.
I think they paid him
$500 million to go onto Netflix.
500. That's just
And that is a sitcom. That is old school. Yeah, right?
Wow.
Jerry Seinfeld doesn't even have enough room in his bank account anymore. I mean, they have to like
Right.
He
trying to
has duffel
push it
bags
in.
in his closet.
Yeah, he's just like using it for
It's overflowing.
soundproofing.
All of his closets are just
Is
filled
Schitt's
with
Creek,
cash.
is that still going or is that
Oh yeah.
syndicated?
Well, I think it's syndicated
I've
because
only
you
watched a few of those. Are those?
I do enjoy that actually, as far as a sitcom format, kind of, a little bit more.
But does it
traditional.
have that
Yes.
sitcom lighting to it? You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
how I think about
Extra
sitcoms.
bright.
They have to be bright, and you
Yeah,
can tell
yeah.
they're
Well,
done on a
set.
soundstage.
Well,
Right,
and like the
right.
set of it too.
Right. There's
You know
usually
what
a
I mean?
couch in the middle. It's
Right.
It's like the Family
The
Guy.
half a room.
Yeah, like or any of those old Brady Bunch.
Is Schitt's Creek like that?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay, yeah, they're still using real lighting, and that must be
Like a
more
really
expensive.
long, shallow room somehow. It's
Yeah.
like where they always are.
Yeah, they're a
hanging
little
out.
different. Very good though. I mean that's winning all the Emmys these days for best comedy. Although Ted Lasso.
Speaking of Emmys, yeah, we're gonna just keep circling back to Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They
It
won
did
some.
win, right?
the Queen's Gambit. you know?
Gambit.
Now
Gambit.
that swings the other way. That we definitely
It was
called
more like a movie.
more like a movie for sure. I mean that one was, just a movie that was an hour at a time.
Yeah.
Right. Well, or even if you digested a couple episodes at a time, it barely felt disjointed, like between one episode to the
Right,
next. I mean,
right.
it felt like you had to pause for a minute.
Yeah. And that was based on a book, I believe, not a series of books like some of these series are. So that, makes sense. And the Foundation is based on 3 books by Isaac Asimov. So, it's a lot of material, but yet it's still got a lot of structure to it. They know where they're going.
So basically, Movie Chatter podcast, also TV shows, but I mean, the shows that we normally cover are just chopped up movies, right?
I think so.
I think so.
For the most part.
Yeah, I think I mean, it's Movie Chatter podcast. It's not movie and TV chatter, but we definitely watch a lot of TV.
But that wouldn't be as catchy.
It's
But
not.
But I've changed that
Right.
actually in the lineup. Let's talk about the first one. That's it. Ted Lasso. I just want to say,
Yeah.
I'm just going to jump right in it and say the last episode of season 2 was the best episode ever.
Wow.
To me, it was.
I have not seen.
Have you
it.
Maybe it
seen? Did you see this week's?
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
This week's episode.
Wow.
Did I say episode 2?
No,
This week's episode
'Cause you-
was
of season 2?
because you said the
last episode.
previous week you were like, oh, that's really amazing
which,
too.
which was about Beard, and I'm going to say that the last 2
Okay.
have been the best.
and
That's
they've
pretty cool that they keep doing that to you. That
I mean-
every week you're like, that was the best episode.
This last
Yeah.
episode, we're not going to spoil anything if you want to talk about it. I don't even know if everybody has seen.
have you
the
guys all
last-
seen
I
all of
haven't
them?
seen the latest, but go ahead
But
because
I haven't.
It's about a funeral.
it's not a plot
But we're
spoiling kind of a
talking-
show.
We're
usually.
talking like hilarious. There's lines in it that I literally was choking from laughing, and then within 5 minutes you're nearly blubbering.
You are blubbering.
That's why I love that show.
Yeah.
It's so like the life that just like hugs you and punches you in the gut all at the same time.
Right.
Like I just love it.
Well, we were talking
is.
about
It's-
old TV shows that talk about Mary Tyler Moore. There was a funeral show that I laughed so hard at. The guy died when a cucumber truck backed up and the guy was crushed by cucumbers.
That was in a Mary Tyler
and,
Moore episode.
Wow.
and
That's hilarious.
as they're describing it, they're all starting to laugh at the funeral, and funerals can be the best time of a setup because you're so sad that anything
Anything funny is
Yeah.
you're going to laugh your head off.
Your filters are
Yeah.
thin.
yeah.
Right, and your emotions are very vulnerable, so
Mm-hmm.
you're easy to go one way or the other.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Ted Lasso was about a funeral where it appeared that no one
Like the guy much.
actually even cared that, but they just went anyway.
yeah.
It was actually pretty hilarious, where making a
was.
lot of noise, and it seemed very realistic. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was.
and Roy,
Some good stuff.
The jokes that I was laughing
Roy.
at the most. Roy had a couple lines during the show.
Brent Goldstein.
His
That-
character is just such gold. I mean,
That's what it is. It's the setup of him being so straight. Where
Mm-hmm.
He can say something.
so blunt.
He did the same thing. He was absolutely hilarious, and then he made you blubber.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Did you see him on the Emmys?
Yeah.
No. What did he
was
do?
swearing his head off.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
good.
because he kind of accepted it as Roy Kent.
There you. Okay.
He was like
Excellent.
kind of in character, which was awesome.
Right.
I can't wait to see after Ted Lasso. I want to see him.
Do something.
Yeah, I
So-
personally want everybody to
What
be in
does
the
he
Marvel
do?
And I mean,
universe,
like,
you know.
let's just give nods to the Emmys there because they got what is best writing, best actor for Jason Sudeikis, and then best supporting for both Rebecca and Roy Kent. That's,
Oh,
what else
really?
is there? What else
Wow. I
matters?
didn't
You
even
know what
know
I
that.
mean? In a show,
That's
that's
they nailed it.
That's a
yeah.
damn near sweep.
Yeah, that was impressive haul for the awards.
Good for them. They deserve it.
Yeah, and there are still making them different. To your point, Dave. You know that
the
the
beard
beard episode was very divergent. I mean, season 1 to season 2 is quite different. You know, season 1 it had a little bit more of that sitcom-y formulaic, feel
sure.
to it.
I'm sure.
Whereas
The
now,
scenes, yeah.
more scene. You know, it was like you're definitely following. You kind of knew what every episode was going to be. It was a little progression
Right.
in that story, a little bit.
You can
know,
count on an office scene and a locker room scene
Right, and
and a
a
bar scene.
right,
You know.
a
You've
Rebecca
got your-
versus Ted scene and the
Season one,
biscuits
though,
and
season 1, they didn't know if it was going to be a hit, so they
Right.
probably
Yeah.
made the entire show
Right.
before they knew it was a hit. Now they can go
They have a little more license.
and
Right.
and if they were that good of directors or production to make a show that good without knowing if it's going to be a hit, now they can go.
Now they know.
They can just like unload. And
Right.
Go, we know
I
how
love
to make
it.
shit
right.
that
These
goes
writers just a whole episode on beard.
And I'm so glad that they
great.
got the writing Emmy because, like, from top to bottom, obviously it's awesome that they get the best actor and best supporting actor in that. But I mean, the writing is behind that. I feel like from
Yeah.
top to bottom, this show has just quality.
Did you notice on the Emmys they all thanked Jason Sudeikis?
Oh,
Yeah.
did they really? I didn't
Yeah,
hear
so
that.
it's like he must have been the genesis of it, where
Well, I
he
mean,
pulled everybody
Hannah-
together. This
Hannah Weddingham?
unusual group.
It
I might
doesn't
have
work
butchered her
unless
name.
he's
Yeah.
spectacular.
Yeah, she said, like, thank you for changing my life.
Wow.
Jason, like,
Wow.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
God, she had
That's
a
amazing.
great
Was it
speech.
Rebecca?
She had the greatest speech.
God, Rebecca was so good in this last episode.
Yeah, she's such a bombshell. I just
Hannah
love her.
Waddingham.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 She could be a superhero.
They were also
Right.
gracious.
Oh, she could.
She's just like such a boss.
Ted Lasso's girlfriend, love her.
Oh yeah, Sassy.
The friend of
The
Rebecca.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Sassy
Isn't it
Smurf.
Sassy Smurf? Yeah. Oh man, she's in this latest episode as well.
Oh, she is.
She's great. She's great.
Oh,
She
I'm glad
continues
to
her
see her
character.
back.
Yeah, I mean, she has
Everybody
some
at
great
our age.
lines.
Yeah. Wow.
She has some great
That's
lines.
another thing brilliant about the show is that there's so many characters that are larger than life, but
Yeah.
they all manage to not overpower each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like each one of them can easily steal a scene,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
steal the show,
Right.
but they manage to stay balanced.
And they don't have a lot of throwaway lines too. There's like
No.
everything is like
Everything hits.
everything's gold. Yep.
They don't need to keep on going with a point.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's like
Less
bang.
is more.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
this last episode especially.
It is tight. Joint.
It is tight.
Stood like a tiger.
How about another
else?
show? Another show.
What else, Dave?
Nine Perfect Strangers. Season finale.
And it's done.
Don and I. Are we the only one that have seen the whole thing?
Yeah, falling behind myself.
Okay.
Have you seen much, Kelly?
No, because I started with White Lotus,
Oh,
very
okay.
good. I'm glad you started with White Lotus.
That's excellent.
which I did. I digested that one,
Gotta
but we'll
watch that.
we'll get back to that.
You haven't
some
finished
other time.
that show, or you're just watching.
I
it
have
all?
about 20 minutes left.
of the whole show.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I couldn't, I was going to like sample both, but I couldn't because
No.
I needed to experience and I imagine Nine Perfect Strangers is the same because you have these like multiple plot lines.
It is, but it's very different.
The progression is something you want to experience without kind of polluting it with other shows in the middle. You know
yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
doing the right thing because you want to wrap that all up
Yeah.
and then start on to
it's
Nine
like
Perfect
Jenga,
Strangers.
right? Like they pull
Yeah.
a piece out and the whole
Yes.
it's
Yes.
it's like brilliant escalation.
We could do
Yeah,
a
nice.
We could do a White Lotus show, practically. I think.
Sure,
Sydney
absolutely.
Sweeney.
I mean, just real quick, what did you think? I mean, is it
It was so good.
So
yeah.
good. Okay, so good. Yeah.
I mean, we're
Well,
trying to stay on point
you
here, but
recommend
okay.
it?
So yes, absolutely.
So
Some people couldn't get into it because all the characters are
despicable.
Yeah, there's something wrong with them, you know.
That's the point.
That's a valid point, but I also liked that there was something to like about so many characters that you initially like decided you hated, and then you found that there was like a human moment that you felt empathy for them.
Yep, absolutely.
There you go.
Every one of them.
Except for maybe the asshole Shane. I can't say that I empathize with him a whole lot.
Who is Shane again?
He's like the rich guy that was like pissed that his sweet got given away.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Oh, my
He was
gosh.
maybe the only one that I never empathized with.
Right,
But,
right.
you
Right?
know.
Good point.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Now I'm just remembering the way that thing finishes up. Holy cow.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
stealing the
It's okay. Yeah, we can go anywhere. But,
No,
Nine Perfect Strangers is,
It's different.
Initially, we thought it was going to be similar.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's completely different.
It is completely different, but again, it's good character development, good quality
It's like
writing.
drama, mystery, little
Right.
bit of thriller.
And it kind of hooks you early where they'll give you a little more fun. It's a little bit more lighthearted at the beginning, and it gets
Yeah.
dead serious by the end of it.
Right.
There's nothing funny about it.
Okay.
About which one? Nine Perfect
Nine
Strangers?
Perfect Strangers. I mean,
There's a little bit of funny. I mean, Melissa McCarthy
yeah, I
and
mean, you can't help but be funny.
yeah, and who's the guy that she's with in there? The big guy,
The big guy with the beard.
Bobby Cannavale.
That's why I had to cut my
He's
beard
good.
because I was starting to look almost exactly like him. So.
Getting a little sloppy.
Bobby
I'm getting
Cannavale
sloppy.
is Tony. Yeah, another great cat.
Yeah, I was gonna say the cast in here.
Boom.
Like, I love Luke Evans, Michael Shannon. There's some good peeps in here. So
Nicole Kidman obviously as
can't go wrong
Masha.
with Nicole.
How much have you seen of it, Bill? And what's your thoughts?
Up to Nasha's naked rear butt. That's
Ooh, okay.
so
So
you're
you're
only
you
like
got
on
a
episode 4 maybe.
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
It really starts. Yeah, I mean, once they get going, I mean, the trajectory, and you're pretty close to it. It's a bit of a mystery up till the middle of the show.
But a lot of people were saying, during it's 9 episodes or 8 or something like that. But everybody was going, it's not really
8 episodes.
Nothing's really happening.
Yeah, right. I mean, it started off super strong, and then other people that I listened to were like,
Too much lull?
I'm waiting for something big to happen.
Like it's all character development
Yeah.
the whole way through.
Yeah.
But I have to say, the finale, at least it's one of those shows where at least I thought, they said, all right, now we'll throw a lot of stuff at the ending.
Right. They definitely. You get to the middle of the series, and it's kind of just chugging along, and then you are just kind of waiting for that finale to sort of like wrap it all up and figure out. Okay, you're like, what's going on, and then it just sort of builds.
You're kind of going, how are they going to end this?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So we're looking at, and just to recap, this is Hulu, where you can find this.
It is
There's
Hulu?
8 episodes ranging from 43 to 55 minutes.
Yeah, about
Okay.
a wellness center.
Boutique center getaway.
The most expensive wellness center in the country.
Yeah.
So that says something
Apparently.
about your clientele.
Yeah. People are selected by the
Well, actually, Michael Shannon
one in-
had a coupon.
yes.
Oh, I love it.
It's interesting that Nicole Kidman, her character, supposedly selects each person that she allows to
She
come,
handplucks
handpicks them to create it like a cohesive group that will, the group itself will help.
How funny, because what are your sources? How do you know a person when you don't know them?
I mean, she probably
Yeah,
gets all
that's a
the
good point.
applications.
You know what I mean? Like, you think, okay, this is my token, this person.
Yeah.
But then you get them in the mix and the dynamics are completely
Right.
different.
Somehow
Interesting.
they're right. She's really smart that way. I mean, they kind of avoid, explaining how she
Sure,
manages
sure.
to just make all these perfect choices to bring all these conflicting personalities that just help get the most out of each person, sort of thing. And
I kind of
mesh.
would like to
That's
know.
cool.
I kind of would like to know what the last group.
yeah,
How it
seems-
turned out.
Because this group seems like this group went farther, we'll say,
Yeah.
than previous,
In the
right?
past.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I wonder how.
They allude to lawsuits and so forth.
Well,
They do allude to that, yes.
I wonder.
They allude to
there's
psychotropic
stills of
drug.
them like
paid
like
for this
laying
place?
in a shallow grave or something, right? I mean, like there's kind of some crazy shit that
Oh,
they
there's
do.
it gets crazy.
Okay, that's
Okay, good.
crazy.
But I mean, did she buy this place?
Yeah, right. I
So
mean, they.
what's her backstory? Do you know?
You do definitely get her backstory. I mean,
Okay.
she's a big time, very successful businesswoman. I mean, as simple as that. That has a tragedy in her life and decides to sort of
Devote herself to wellness.
shift her focus and then to get herself well and then also to help other people.
Admirable.
But you pretty
Yeah.
much are following it the entire way. You don't really find out exactly what's happening until the last episode.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be a second episode, a second season.
I mean, it set it up. It could be different,
it?
just like the White Lotus can be.
Well, it's done after
new
a book.
group.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been reading the beginning of
I
it.
should read more
I haven't.
books.
Haven't
as
got
long
far
as
in
we're
it.
talking about formats, though, I'd prefer the mic to be dropped if it can go either way. I feel
Yeah.
like you just ruin the project if you squeeze another one out of it when you
You
shouldn't.
you definitely can. We've talked about it a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of times where you're like, gosh, don't go for the money grab.
Can I just tell you that
let us-
on America's Got Talent, the finale,
Oh, yeah.
one of the singers actually did that. It was
the
so-
money grab? What?
No, it
A
was
mic
so
drop?
good. She actually just went and just dropped it.
Oh, really?
and it was totally.
And she deservedly
She
dropped it.
deservedly. Dropped
Did she win the
I
whole
love
thing?
it.
She did not.
Oh,
But
But she'll forever have
it
that
was
moment.
so good
Mm-hmm.
that you were like, wow.
Oh,
And
I'm
she
gonna have
just-
to look that up. I'm
yeah,
sure
she
it's
just
on
dropped
Well,
YouTube.
there's a TV show.
Oh, yeah.
American.
There you
America's
go.
Got
Used to- Well,
Talent.
Dave used to watch a couple of TV shows. Since we're saying that,
Yeah, I mean-
Alone.
Right, Alone. Actually, Survivor has started, but I haven't.
Okay.
oh yes,
started
Survivor
that.
did start this
Yeah,
week.
you've been watching it for years.
Well, right,
Mm-hmm.
but now Survivor. After watching Alone, it's
It's
like
like-
Survivor is
Such
like
a game
fake.
show.
That's
It's
not
fake,
writing though, and
yeah.
it's not scripted. So I don't know if that's even in this
Like-
discussion.
like, ooh,
that's
they're
reality
cold.
TV.
Yeah, there's a cameraman right there.
Yeah, Survivor
Okay.
has become just more like a mental game.
It's a chess game, right?
Yeah,
with your
chess
brain.
game, right? Mhm.
I mean, it's still difficult.
Sure,
but it's
but
not
nothing-
alone.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not
There's
at
no,
all.
there's no chance of dying.
There's no bears that are about to
No.
rip through your tent and eat you.
There's not even bugs. I mean, I'm sure they spray. You know.
Right, I know. I mean,
There was the second season of Survivor was, I think, Africa. And they were like the African little kid shows. Just flies everywhere.
Oh.
They were actually being destroyed by insects.
oh right.
Ah.
Or Australia or Africa. One of the two. And
I
it was
remember
just
that.
horrible.
I think I
Yikes.
had heard about something about that.
And
like
that's why they
like-
changed to Fiji.
Ah.
Every episode is in Fiji
A
now.
little more appetizing environment.
easier for the people so they don't end up going home and
Probably
then
easier
having
for the
like
crew.
diseases from all
it's-
the bites.
I guess it makes bad production if everybody's quitting on the first day from
Yeah.
bugs.
Right.
Exactly.
It's not very high value on the
No.
exciting factor.
So 9 Perfect Strangers, I'm going to say,
Yeah, we diverged.
I'm going to just point
Recommend.
at the camera and say highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
Hmm.
I don't,
It's a scale
I'm just going to say highly recommend.
All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Obviously, Ted Lasso is a highly recommend.
Highly recommend also.
Yeah, 9 Perfect Strangers. I like the way it finished. I was a little bit underwhelmed. It did
Okay.
not. It. If I was to go,
I'm a huge
if I was to
fan of
go
Nicole
like
Kidman.
White Lotus versus
Right, yeah.
versus 9 Perfect Strangers,
Yeah.
I take
Oh, White Lotus.
White Lotus.
White
Quite
Lotus.
a bit better.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
would. I mean, that's HBO versus Hulu. I mean, just right there, you kind of know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Sorry to be a brand whore, but
right, exactly. As far as tradition goes,
Well, let me tell you, on
HBO is
the,
going
on
to
like the home
kill it.
theater front, 9 Perfect Strangers, the sound.
Oh.
Okay.
It's full shot 16 by 9, so it covers your whole
And you do
screen.
love that theme, don't you, Dave?
Yeah,
You're
it's-
going to want to play that again.
Yeah, the
I
theme.
love the theme from White Lotus too. The music in
Oh,
that
yeah,
was like
the
an
White
additional
Lotus.
character. I mean that played just as much a role in the progressive, like I said, that
wallpaper.
escalation.
They were showing the wallpaper.
Oh,
And I mean, like
yeah.
they littered that theme throughout, and like had choral pieces of it, and
I don't have it handy. Damn it.
it.
So good. Well, we'll have to circle back on that one again.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
kind of going in order
9.
What's next?
of what I think is the best of the week.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
probably going to be disagreeing
Oh,
with
boy.
Don, but
That's okay.
let's hit the next one. Apple Plus Foundation. Now, I've only seen one episode, and I have not watched the entire episode downstairs. I'm going to say right away that I started the first episode late last night, and I did fall asleep.
Well, that doesn't bode well for excitement.
It
but-
doesn't. It doesn't. Right.
But the sound and it was just it starts off pretty calm, right?
It
It
does.
doesn't start off with a bang.
No. I mean, it doesn't. Has that? So, Bill, you've seen a little bit of the first episode.
Yes, and again, as you said, 3 books of Isaac Asimov. I think when you are copying a book, so to speak, it's not, the book isn't written for screen, so to speak. So it's not going to start out 15 minutes of, bang, bang, bang. I mean, maybe they should.
But,
Right.
But
I'm probably gonna rewatch.
they're
and
building
it's
it up.
Sometimes how much Hollywood liberty did they take, or
Right.
how closely are they following the
Yeah.
books? Sometimes,
And that is an excellent point, and they do address that.
Do you think I should rewatch? Should I start it over?
Well,
Am I going to catch anything if I because I've only watched the first episode and not straight through. I
Right.
could easily just start the whole thing over with a lot of caffeine,
right.
and
You could. I think that
they're over an hour long.
they're over an hour long.
We're looking at 10 episodes, hour and 10 minutes apiece, hour and 1 minute
But it
apiece.
was really
okay?
good. And the first season, the first episode.
I've been looking forward to it for a
there was
long
There
time.
was a huge action part happening, and that's of course when I'm going in and out from the kitchen to my grill.
right.
So I was not deep in.
Okay.
Has anybody watched Game of Thrones?
Of course.
Yes.
All
Okay.
the way to the
Okay, so for me, it's Game of Thrones and Star
Like
Wars
meet Star Wars.
together. You said
Well, I said it was Star Wars meets Dune.
Dune.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And with
So-
Dune and Game of Thrones, I remembered having to watch Game of Thrones, having to write down all the names.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it was
Right.
so
So
hard to keep track.
So we're
Right.
talking like warring clans and
Right.
saga.
Should I give you a description of it?
Well, I'm
Sure.
just all I've got here is a complex saga of humans scattered on planets throughout the galaxy,
It's
all
difficult.
living under the rule of the Galactic Empire.
Is
I
it
can-
so?
I can-
It's
I can-
extremely generic. Tell me more.
I can get
Yeah,
it
tell
down
us
a little
more.
bit.
Tell us
Yeah.
more.
So, what if science could accurately predict the future? And what if those predictions made you the enemy of the empire? So,
Does it have anything to do
Because
with
they want to
Minority
control
Report?
the narrative.
right. Think about the future of the galaxy expressed in numbers. Think about a mathematician that predicts a negative future for a galaxy, and he and his followers become the enemy.
Sure.
So think.
Because how dare you?
So think the Empire of Star Wars versus the Rebellion.
Okay.
Think about
But
Make
it's
it-
heady.
Why
So
don't you,
it's.
why don't you put it in realistic? Okay, think of the Earth here. What would it be? Give us.
what it would be. Well, you can't, because you're also thinking, a genetic dynasty of rulers. So think about 400 years of one man ruling the entire galaxy. Think about
One man.
one man
So
is
not a human.
it's a man who's been cloned, and there's 3 rulers,
Okay.
and they call him brother Dawn,
Okay.
brother Day, and brother Dusk.
Shut up. I
And
thought
it's-
I wanted you to say Brother Bill. I mean, like, really? I was like, what?
It's a 10-year-old, a 40-year-old, and a 65-year-old,
overlapping
and it's all the
succession.
same man. It's
Okay.
so back, however, 400 years ago, some man decided that he was the perfect
The
ruler,
all-powerful.
and he is now, and his genetic, spawn are ruling the galaxy.
That would take so much effort to get your generation XYZ to be the same person, because as soon as you're living a separate life, like, your experiences are unique, your thoughts are separate.
Is there that much happening in the galaxy that the whole galaxy needs a ruler?
They
Well,
rule
this guy just can't
they
get enough.
rule. I mean, they're ruling millions of planets. They literally have enough power that they can rule everything. Imagine the Earth being ruled by one man, and every other planet in our universe also being ruled by that entity. They just have that much power that they can rule everyone.
But they don't, I mean, like, how much do they delegate? Like, is this realistic?
They do delegate, I'm sure. I mean, we haven't got into it. We're only 2 episodes in.
Has anybody spit on the sidewalk and got in trouble?
It's the same old white guy forever.
Oh
So
my gosh.
there's a little bit of,
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, exactly. So the rebellion, unintentionally, is happening because the character played by Jared Harris
Okay.
is a mathematician.
I
And
do love him.
yeah, right. He was from
Mad Men.
Mad Men. He played.
He's in all kinds of
He was
stuff.
in
He's
The
always,
Crown.
like-
He played Lane in the Mad Men.
He
King
was in
George.
Lincoln.
He's a great
Right.
character.
Foundation.
I saw him in Fringe way back when.
Yeah,
He
he's
was
So
like
good.
that guy that's
Mad
been in
scientist.
hundreds of things
Right.
that you always
So
love.
a genius mathematician, and what turns out to be his unlikely protege, a woman named Gal
She's in
or
the
Gail.
poncho and all
Right.
of
Good
these.
dough.
She's never been in anything else before. The actress is named Lou Lobel.
I see that.
They predict a future, and they immediately become the enemy of the state
Mm-hmm.
because they're predicting that the empire is going to fall. They're predicting that
And of course,
That it's
evil
gonna-
ruler can't have that.
you can't have that, and so. I mean, I don't want to give it all away. I mean, they're only in 2 episodes, so that you can't really give it all away. But they're sort of exiled. They decide not to kill them, but they're exiled, and they
you don't want to martyr him, I bet.
You don't want to martyr them, but you do want to create something that can maybe. Okay, what were you?
I have a question. I want to know, did you, because you're not that smart of a person, so
No,
I
I'm
want to
not.
know, did you just learn all this stuff you're talking about just from watching it?
Good question, Dave.
Or did you have to read?
Because I have a,
you sound like
I have a follow-up question.
you have a little more knowledge than I think.
I've been working on it.
Okay.
Well, that's good to know. I just am curious because sometimes
Do you think I could know that much?
No, you couldn't. Kelly, please continue.
sci-fi drama like this, like the big saga stories,
Yeah.
sometimes I get turned off if they try to shove a little bit too much like unrealistic science down my throat. Like
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well that's just
Okay.
effing ridiculous.
They don't. They don't. It's really cool that way. So the way I know so much about it, and I don't know that much, but what I did was I listened to an Apple podcast. There's a foundation, an official Apple podcast that has a host who's done great stuff, and the showrunner, David Goyer, who's also a producer of the show.
Okay.
He's been on some other stuff.
Yes, I
His
know the
name
name.
is familiar.
Yep.
And so it's an hour of him explaining the first 2 episodes.
Gosh, sometimes shows like
So
this
it's
you
really
get
helpful.
so much more out of it.
Right, because
if you hear that.
because it's pretty heady stuff. I mean,
Should
it's
you listen to that first, or should you listen?
no, you should watch it
Afterwards?
and then listen to that afterwards, and it'll be like,
Reel you in.
oh, okay, now I'm set. And
Gotcha.
and one little reveal is that in that first podcast, he says that, like Game of Thrones, they expect this to be 8 seasons.
Oh wow.
8 seasons.
You know, Apple does not mess around.
I hope they do it because
They have the cash.
the story of this trilogy of Isaac Asimov books takes place over 1,000 years.
Okay.
And in the first 2 episodes, we already move like 35 years.
Okay.
So you jump
But that's
from
a
the
blink when we're talking
right. It
about
is right. So there's
rulings of galaxies.
by the second episode, there's definitely get to the second one. The first one is definitely dry, and I was a little bit underwhelmed.
Okay.
I was like, gosh, I've been waiting for this for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was expecting it to be Star Wars and boom and lightsabers and all this stuff. And, there's one really cool.
There's floating cars.
There's a lot of cool shit. But it's not like.
It wasn't pow.
It wasn't like pow, pow, pow. It wasn't super actiony.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a great story. Other things I can tell you about it is that it's worth seeing just for the universe that they create.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
From the art, the food, the cuisine, to the technology, ships and cities, and a space bridge, which is just fucking epic.
Is the
It's
second
so cool.
episode way better than the first episode?
It really starts to coalesce.
Okay.
It's like, okay, we've established some stuff.
What universe you're in?
Right, we've established the big main characters. Who is the young genius?
The
who's
girl with the
the
little,
girl?
little cuts on her
Yep,
side
the
of
little
her
the little
face?
cuts. She's from kind of like a not so good planet. It's like, ooh, the
Sure.
smartest.
She's from the slum planet.
She basically wins a math contest
Right.
to like join
Sweet, my kind of girl.
with Harry the genius.
A mathlete.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock
and,
mathletes.
and then shit, shit just goes haywire. And so by the end of the second episode, it's like, okay, I kind of know my
got it.
trajectory,
Okay.
but I'm sure that there's going to be big space battles in the future and stuff like that. But right now, we're just establishing a really cool, super vast universe.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
it's not super exciting,
I'm
but
gonna start it over.
yeah.
Did you know of these books before, Bill? No.
Oh,
I knew of
yeah,
them. I never read them.
I read one way long ago,
Okay.
like when I was a teenager.
Wow.
Yeah, but
That was before color TV.
I wonder, Star Wars could have been,
I
a
heard
piece
that
of it.
I heard that this inspired Star Wars a lot.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
what I've
yeah,
heard.
100%.
And they've been trying to make this into a film for 50 years. And even Dave that
David
producer
Goyer.
David Goyer
Goyer.
said he's been asked, within the last 20 years to make it into a movie, but he thought it was just too big of a story to put
He didn't
into
want to splice it.
right. So now
Right.
it's like, okay,
I respect that because
And-
then you cheapen it or it's just not going to be as good. You can't
Yeah.
Hollywoodize it.
and they put a ton of money into it. It's
That's like I said, Apple can afford for a season or two to flop and still
yeah.
move on with the project. So
They can
it's-
afford to do anything they want. They can
I-
afford to
It's kind of
This is what they
awesome.
want to tell
They-
you.
They give
Mm-hmm.
a lot of
gonna do it.
artistic license that way.
Well,
Yeah.
if it becomes like a Game of Thrones, that'll
Yeah, that's
for HBO.
I think that's what they're hoping. I think that's what they're hoping,
Sure.
It's supposed to be 30,000 AD is the time period. And it
Do you
takes
think we're going to get to 30,000 AD?
well, we start in
Doubtful.
30,000 AD.
No chance.
Us as
Are we? No.
us.
Did you
not.
know? Did you know? Speaking of getting to 31,000 AD or whatever, did you know that last week there was an asteroid? I don't know if you know it.
Say
an
what?
Asteroid, not that gigantic, but like pretty big.
half mile big.
No, not that big. That would be tragic. But something that they had absolutely
No
no
foreknowledge
warning.
of.
Okay, and it was
How
like
is that possible?
like a 50-meter asteroid.
I've heard
it
that
came
happens
in,
more
it
often
came
than
in
you think.
straight from the sun. So if anything is coming from that angle, they have no idea. It came
was like,
closer than halfway between the moon and the Earth.
Whoa. What the what?
So
I wonder
we could
and
have
it would've-
seen it.
it said
People
it would've-
amateurly could have seen
It would
it.
have took out a city
Yeah.
for sure.
cool.
And we had no warning
Gosh, I
at
hope it-
all, but we knew it
not
once it
Wisconsin.
came through close enough.
Well, I mean, you
Yikes.
talk about will this Earth last till
Yeah, no.
30,000?
No chance.
I think it's going to get hit by something.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
If we don't kill ourselves, something
Right.
else will kill us.
Chances are.
10 more years. I'd like
Dave's
to see
like-
that. I want. I
Dave
want a
wants
meteor.
to go
I-
out
Dave
by
is
an
selfish,
asteroid.
though. I mean,
I'm
he's
sorry
not.
about
know.
Margaret, but whatever.
Right.
I'll,
He just-
I'll try
That's
to
not
protect
cool.
her.
What is that new show coming out where the moon is going to crash into the Earth?
Oh, don't look up.
Yes,
Don't
yes.
look
Don't
up.
look up.
No, that's not it. There's
No.
actually a show about.
What?
Moon's in the title.
There's a movie coming out. Who's that director? The German director. He did Independence Day. I can't think of it.
Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich.
Ooh,
He
good,
is doing.
good get.
He is doing a movie about the moon is going to crash into the Earth.
Oh, I think I did see that.
Yes,
It
I'm
looks
trying
spectacular. I mean, it's just a movie that it's made for, a theater that you just want to see huge shit
to.
explode.
Moonfall? Is that what we're talking?
Moonfall.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my
That's
God.
a good title.
I'm pre-ordering it on 4K immediately.
Hilarious.
Moonfall. I got to watch for that.
But that's going to be good.
That is going to be good. Yeah. But Foundation, in conclusion, is really good. But maybe
Yes,
it's a slow
Roland
burn.
Emmerich. Good pick, Bill.
So I mean, are you like really hooked right now?
I may be one of those people that's just like forcing myself to be really hooked. So
Because it might be worth it in the long run.
right. So I mean, if
You
you're
can
a
afford
casual viewer, maybe you're not, as into it as I am.
I might wait until you're a season in and then see what
Now-
you think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Here's
I'll
the
let
See
you
if it's
know.
worth my time.
I'll let you know. You got a lot to do.
That's
Here's
why
the-
I'm in this club. What can I say?
Let me tell you about the definition of a something good.
Oh.
If it's not what you're into, right? If you're not into something, but you watch it
Anyway.
and it turns into something good, then that must be good, right?
Yep,
and
touche.
that would be our
Yeah.
next show because
Ooh.
I know
Okay.
Don is not into horror, but
okay.
let's talk about the next show, Midnight Mass.
Abide with me, fast falls the eventide. The darkness deep.
Now, this is a good show. This show is so good, I'm going to tell you right from the get that I had to stop watching it because I was watching it on my TV and I was cooking. And,
You're like, nope, this
and I'm
deserves
like,
better.
holy crap. I was
Oh,
like,
yes.
Really?
I'm like watching it.
Exactly,
I'm
Kelly.
watching it on my phone with earbuds in, and I'm cleaning the kitchen. I'm putting up Halloween decorations already. And, even like not even looking at the screen, I'm just listening to it. I was getting goosebumps constantly from this show.
Wow.
It's so good. And then I got a text from Don that said, I'm on episode 6 already.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like,
I think I'm gonna get into this one because there's a different brand. There's various brands of horror. Religious horror is specific.
It is.
And the
what do you
thing-
feel about that?
the thing about this movie, let me tell you.
I find it more. I mean, it draws me in.
Well,
It's interesting in a different way.
here's
It is.
something different. I have, watching it the first episode, immediately I'm ready to write a note that I don't know if I've ever seen a show where it's involved a church where they're like showing, being like Catholic, you would know.
Yes.
Every hymn, they're like not going.
I know.
Our Father who art in heaven. Like
I
that's
was
we're
following the
talking-
mass.
We're talking like they're doing like a full mass, not pulling away
Right.
from
With
everything that you know.
Right.
Sure.
Yep. Exactly.
Apostles' Creed and all
Mhm.
that.
Ooh, that gives it a realism.
A lot of
It's-
realism
it's
that
so
way.
realism that I don't even, I've only watched 2 episodes and I stopped and I said, I need to watch all of this on the big screen. And it's more than that. It's more like, I can't believe that they would show this much church stuff.
Yeah,
Did it
and
seem it seemed
It does.
You've never seen this before.
Okay.
You haven't, and they're doing that on purpose. They're laying some groundwork.
I love that.
I fall asleep during church. I mean, did this make you fall asleep?
This will make you goose pimply.
Well, and it would for me too. I mean, I grew up Lutheran, so I know. I mean, like, all of that is committed to memory a lot for me. But let's just look back up here because I thought it was mesmerizing even knowing the plot line. So we're talking about an isolated island community.
Mm-hmm.
Population
Awesome.
127.
Ooh, very specific. I like that data.
Yeah, I mean that's immediately the first thing that Beth and I, that's
They show that.
Well, they show
So
that.
you know you're
episode
going.
1. We're like,
So everyone is fucked up anyway. Then just living in a population of 127 people.
That's like a tiny number of people.
Mm-hmm.
and an island.
Keep
also.
going. Keep going.
Okay, so an isolated island community experiences miraculous events and frightening omens after the arrival of a charismatic, mysterious young priest.
There you go.
Yeah, immediately I was like, ooh.
What's his name? Hamish.
The actor's name is
Linkletter.
is
Yeah.
Hamish.
Hamish Linkletter.
Hamish Linkletter.
Father Paul. I had to. He's the reason.
I know him.
He's the reason I had.
You
to
have
stop
seen
the
him,
show.
but you don't know what he's from.
He's in like a romantic comedy when I see his face. Give me a minute and I'll play
I'm
some.
gonna jump right out there and say that's why I hit pause.
Okay.
I want to watch it on the big screen. The second episode, the first episode is pretty good. Second episode, to me, by the halfway point, was so good that I said, "This guy should." It's like Academy Award winning performance to me.
You know what else?
I was
This-
like, "Holy shit! Is this?"
He's
guy
really
good?
he's good.
Okay,
he's
so
definitely
this?
good.
Seven
7
Is this-
episodes,
this is
all on
Netflix.
Netflix. I was
Netflix,
just gonna say,
alright.
let's
Oh, yeah, it's in
recap that.
Netflix.
Where can you get it? Netflix. So all 7 episodes are available. You know what else I feel about this? Director, writer, creator,
Don't know who that is.
Mike Flanagan,
What
but
does he do?
all the
Anything?
same guys. So I just sometimes I feel
Oh,
like
okay.
that bodes well for a project. You know
Sure.
what I mean? Like
One
it's their
vision.
baby, and that's
Yeah.
It really, it coalesced of how they wanted it to be.
I mean, the sound of this thing is so beautifully shot, and in the second, what really made me hit stop, Don, because you've watched a lot more than me. There's a shot of like way above the island, and like
Okay.
something like swooping down.
Right.
And I was like,
Very mysterious.
I'm not even paying attention. I'm watching it on my phone. I'm like,
Very mysterious.
Oh my god! I mean, it looks so spectacular.
It does. It's weird. I mean, because for me, it's
Yeah, what hooked you to watch 6 episodes back to back?
Yeah.
probably just
Drunk?
trusting in Dave.
Okay.
Trusting in Dave that he was like, okay, midnight mass. It's supposed
Like
to be
this
good.
is going to be my opening first my new podcast that's coming out, which we're not going to say the title right now, but it involves home theater and horror. But
Oh, be a good one for
but
this.
probably this will be the first episode.
Well, I'll tell you, there's not
I'll
a
tell ya.
love. There's not a lot to love. I mean, it's like depressing. This show does not have anything like. There's no comedy, 0 laughs.
No, but
And
acting quality.
Acting quality is top notch.
Right, that's why
But
I'm
it's
watching.
it's a lot. It's like pure drama. It's like you're on an island, a shit island, where it's like, Jesus, this is like the worst life ever. You're on a shit island where everybody is like a crab fisherman.
Sure.
And they're like
Crab
accent.
pots are always empty.
destined, like it's like generation after generation. They have a one school house for their 100 people, and it just looks like the most depressing life ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, why can't you paint your houses? It's that damn East Coast shit where they've got these damn houses where they're just
Falling down.
beaten down by hurricanes, and they're just old, and they're all in shitty old boats. But somehow it's this story of how this community has this church, St. Patrick, that sort of is central to their whole community. And
There's nothing to do there.
Right, they all know each other. I mean, it's small enough that it's basically a family. You know, you got your outcasts and you got your people you don't like, and you got your mayor and your good people,
And strange things are happening.
and then of course,
Cats on a beach.
right,
you
right,
know.
and then
Huge cats.
No, little cats on a beach.
Okay.
We won't talk
right,
about it.
you know, so that's your backdrop, and then start adding this sort of like weird supernatural religious stuff.
He was born in Salem, Massachusetts.
Who is this?
The writer, creator.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan we're talking about here. He worked on Dr. Sleep. He was involved in The
great
Haunting.
movie.
Yeah, so
Don hasn't
okay.
seen
So
Dr.
he knows.
This is his
Yeah.
it sounds like this might be one of his first babies.
I would say very slow burn through like 4 episodes. They are not going to give you a lot.
Wow.
You are going to be like, gimme, 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 gimme.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
Halfway through the second episode, I had plenty.
Okay.
And I was just like absorbing all the acting. And the
Hmm.
preacher is so good. His
Yeah.
like sermons that he's doing
Yes.
are so
Right.
good.
Yeah.
I want to rewatch them.
Yeah, that again,
I
like
mean-
Kelly was saying earlier, writing is a huge deal for these kind of series.
But I mean, you can't
you know,
be.
it can
everything.
It can be everything.
You can't just write a sermon without being like a real preacher. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, they
Why
his
is he not
sermons are
listed in the
are on
cast?
point. His,
Like the main guy, if you look this up on IMDb, is like not in the immediate cast listed.
who Hamish?
Yeah.
He's down. He's in there. He's way down for some reason.
Yeah.
He
in-
looks like
like,
somebody that
why-
I've known, but I don't know who he is.
Ah, okay. I need to know because I
He was in
recognize him.
the Big
from-
Short, Battleship, Fantastic Four.
What do I know him
Who
from?
was he in
though?
Fantastic Four?
Leonard, whatever that means.
Okay.
Magic
Tiny
in the,
part.
Magic in the Moonlight. But I mean, he's definitely
He was
somebody
in
you've
the
seen.
Unicorn Store recently.
Really?
Okay.
He was in the Unicorn?
Yeah, I don't remember him from that.
And then there's
Gary?
another guy, Zach Gifford, who's like the other main fella, who's sort of like a
The guy just got out of jail.
right, just got out of jail. He's-
Oh, 42 is what I'm thinking of him in. He was like the
Oh, wow.
sympathetic guy that invited him out on the field and put his arm around him and was like, "We're friends, Jackie." That's what
the
just
Jackie
what I was
Robinson
thinking of.
story,
Yes,
42. Oh, really?
He played
and he was
Ralph
good in that.
Branca. Yep.
Baseball fan right here.
Big baseball fan. I haven't
just
seen
knew
42.
I knew his face. I had to think of what I saw him as. Okay.
So good
Anyway,
actor. So it's
satisfied.
all, yeah. I mean, it's not tons of action, but good story.
I mean, it has to be. It gets better, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I've only
it,
seen episode 2.
it just keeps sucking you in.
Okay, but so yeah,
And then I'm
I mean,
one episode
highly
away
recommend
from.
it.
Can you sleep afterwards? Is it like really disturbing?
No, not at all. It's not bad. It's really
Okay.
not bad. Nope.
Because that's the kind of horror that I draw the line at, where
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
this
why
is-
did I do that to myself?
Nope. They're not. They really don't give you tons. I mean, it's super not graphic, and they're just giving you a little niblet of extra story or
well, I read
episode.
like some synopsis of it that, you know, at the end of it you're going to be, you know, just with your hand on your forehead.
yeah. I can't wait for the final
What does that
episode.
mean? What
That
does
means
that
like
mean?
you're going to be like, whoa,
What just happened?
What did I just watch?
Blew your
In a
mind?
good way, supposedly. So,
Yeah, you'll.
but I
you'll
don't want
get
to
it.
ram through these all. But I'll probably watch them.
I mean, if you guys watch more of it, there's something about it that, to me, I'd love to see if everybody else picks up.
Well, I'm just saying,
You know, as far
it
as
is a beautifully shot. The sound quality. It's home theater all the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And you've seen 6 episodes. You just got one more
6
to
out
go.
of 7. Yeah, I've definitely seen like the big.
Just need to see the conclusion.
6 is like whoa, and it just like it goes from like here and then it just really ramps up.
Are you recommending it to
Crescendo,
the
huh?
camera?
I would recommend it
Okay.
hmm
Okay.
if you like this type of stuff. There's your qualifier.
See, so Don doesn't like this kind of stuff. I really like this stuff. So maybe, you know.
See, that's where like a recommend from Don means more than you in this instance.
Right.
Now, you
Yeah.
said it was a little bit original. What else have we seen that's similar?
That's a good question, Bill.
To me,
Sounds like he was inspired by Stephen King.
I don't know why it reminded me of
feel like
Midsommar.
A little bit.
Did you feel Midsommar?
Midsommar?
Anywhere in
Well, because it's a
culty.
It's a community
Oh,
that's isolated.
It's a good word. Yeah,
Okay.
Culty.
Isolated, right? Just like.
I mean,
mhm.
You know
I
that
don't think that's a real word, but it's perfect. In this
there was a
instance, right?
conversation about a lady, like, which I thought was very interesting about, like, she wanted some Windex at the church, and the lady started talking about, well, your mother would always return the empties, and we would add a little water to them, and
But
get
you're
a little
not
bit-
like that,
You're
are
not
you?
like your mother,
You're
are
not
you?
like your mother,
You
are
just
you?
threw it in the garbage.
Mhm.
That whole conversation was
gold.
so good. It was
Yeah.
gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was gold.
If you like that sort of like.
That sounds like a population of 120.
Yeah, very low key stuff.
I think you'll like it because it feels a little Yooperish.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
it's super small community
And
stuff.
the
where-
accent,
What was
the
that
accent
other
is good.
Northwest Fargo flavored movie that we loved so much? The man, like Blow the Man Down.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Amazon Prime. That's a movie
Similar.
that you should watch.
Loved that movie.
Another fishing type community.
Yep.
It's
Also
pretty much-
very a super tight knit community. Excellent.
And some effed up stuff happens, and
that
then
community
they
was a little bigger. So
Yeah.
imagine Blow the Man Down a little
shrunk
a
down
little
to
farther
100
away.
people.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
that I mean that
I think they actually show like an overhead map of where we're going, right? Don't they show that at the beginning of the show?
I don't know where we are. I know.
mean-
I just keep thinking it's like Boston or I don't know something East Coast.
But an island.
It's an
Where-
island.
yeah, an island where you can catch crabs,
Okay.
and everybody looks.
So I recommend it.
Everyone is a little bit gray.
Everybody's a little bit gray.
I was eating crabs that were caught by Steve Smith Gone.
You were on the East Coast.
Yeah, they actually have
I love crab.
Don and I caught our
cages
own.
where they catch blue crab.
Yeah.
We did the same thing. I threw the cages out, caught them.
How
You
did
guys like ripped them apart and ate them, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we
They had to
learned
show us how to
That
do
little,
it.
Little hammer.
Did he give you the lessons on how to do it?
They practically did it for me.
Oh, okay. It's quite a procedure.
Oh yeah.
You need
Oh, yeah.
you need to know, like, scrape the brains off.
Yeah,
crack
take
the
lungs
shell
out.
off.
But only that crab. Like every other crab, it doesn't apply.
Oh, is
This
that right?
The only crab that you have to do it that way.
Oh,
Is
I
it because
didn't
it's
know
so
that.
small?
Well, no, because the other crabs don't have meat in the same spot.
Oh,
Really?
Okay.
Interesting.
know
Okay.
that.
It was a lot of. It's about a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
But he had IPA on tap.
Oh yeah, and I'm not
Like, I was
complaining
more
at all.
interested in that. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
no. It's like it's a
Have
good
some-
combination.
Have some crab with your beer.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love it.
have a couple of beers.
I'm
And
still recovering.
That's a good vacation right there.
absolutely.
All right.
There you go.
Boom. You gonna drop the mic?
We're gonna drop the mic. I'm sure there'll be something good next week. You'll have to stay tuned. Same bad time, same bad channel.
What else are we watching? Are you watching anything, Bill?
Oh, I saw the Squid Games.
I think I'm gonna start watching that.
It's
recommendation.
Korean,
Yeah.
so it's subtitled, but it didn't bother me, and it's
A Netflix
kind
game
of crazy.
show.
Yeah, it's a good weird one for a Wednesday.
I've heard good things.
For a Wednesday.
Excellent. Everybody else, yeah, catch up on
Everything we've talked about.
everything we've talked about. I
I
guess.
know. I've got to catch up on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much. There's always too much.
I know.
Are there any movies coming up? Well, we may have to, dip into. You saw the newest Marvel movie in the theater, Bill, right?
Oh yeah. We didn't care about
Give us a
that.
5-second, if you can do it while the music's going, with a non-spoiler review. I mean,
No
just,
pressure.
Do you recommend
Some feelings.
Yeah, very exciting.
Okay.
Never nonstop action. I mean, it went up and down. It was good pacing.
Is it a Marvel movie? Does it feel Marvel?
It didn't feel Marvel. No, it didn't
that's
feel
interesting.
Marvel. It felt like it was a lot of violence, a lot of fighting,
Okay.
constant fighting,
Okay.
battles constantly,
We are waiting for
and visually so cool.
Disney Plus.
Okay.
45 days.
Visually,
Yes.
it was, and the sound was great.
I mean,
It
I
was
think
just
we're
entertaining.
We're
just
probably down to
entertaining.
2 weeks now.
I guess you'd call it a popcorn movie, but
Do you recommend
Okay.
it? Look at the camera, Bill. Do you recommend it?
I recommend it. Yeah,
Is
good
it
for us.
highly recommend?
I'd say I'd recommend it for a Saturday night.
Ooh, that's
Ooh,
a big recommend.
That's a big thumbs up from Bill.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Back to the
Oh.
old days where we used to go over the music. Remember those days?
But you
Well,
like
luckily
this.
we have a lot of music to keep rolling. So
What movie is this
if
from?
people don't know, that
You
would
know
be
you have to
Groundhog
play
Day.
us out. I do.
Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you don't know the music we're playing right now, which is probably going to change, this is the top 25 movies of all time according to us.
Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky.
And it was vigorously deliberated, too.
Oh, gosh.
To be fair.
Go back to that show, episode 100 or whatever it was.
The Matrix.
Yep. So they're all deservedly on that list.
Yeah.
Because most of them had like multiple votes
I
of
mean,
all time best.
I did a lot of math. I don't do math that often, but
Jaws.
it was
Yeah.
scientific.
It was very scientific.
Yeah, should we just
Let's
talk
just
over
point.
it?
Let's just point out everyone.
The
Yeah,
first-
because a
I
lot of
still need
people
to
don't
finish
know.
our-
They've been
I
listening to this for a
know,
long
Kelly.
time.
You do need to do
I
that.
know. I did like the first 6 that one day, and then I've never gotten back to it.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Over there.
It's over there. There it is. With your awesome.
Because I knew what those
Script.
logos looked like. I mean, what the titles looked like. The typeface.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
Anchorman.
Anchorman.
That's
Really? I never knew that.
I think so.
Did not know that. It doesn't sound right.
It's not funny music.
American Psycho. That's Patrick Bateman walking down the hallway with his headphones on.
Oh wow.
Edge of Tomorrow. This is Edge of Tomorrow.
Tom Cruise.
You don't talk too much. Let people listen. I'll just blurt them out.
Never know just how much
Water.
Shape of Water.
Of course.
What a great soundtrack.
He's got another big movie coming
This is
up
where
soon.
they're dancing.
Oh, Guillermo? Yes.
He does.
Iron Man.
Oh yeah. Classic.
Classic.
Young Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, yep. I don't think we've ever done this.
No. It's been left up to the
Reminiscing.
audience.
I don't.
Alien.
This is. Oh, right there's Alien.
This is Alien right here.
And now what's this?
Pulp Fiction.
No, this is
no,
American
no.
Graffiti.
Oh, yep.
Ah, okay.
Actually. Another one I did.
Couple more to go.
Terminator.
Terminator.
I'll be
T2.
back.
Yeah,
Nice
I was
job.
going to say
Nice
it
job,
was
Bill.
specific.
Love this music.
Like rain. Lost that one.
It's Huey Lewis in the News. I don't know what the hell it's from.
Back to the Future, maybe?
Write us and tell us.
Oh, this is your 1956 movie.
Fantastic Planet.
Yeah.
Nice. You're starting to not know.
God,
know,
Dave is
this
starting to
is
not
sad.
know anymore.
Sounds like
It's a really good movie, though.
Yes.
Oh, this is such a good movie.
We missed it.
Deadpool.
this
There
is
you go.
this one's Deadpool.
Yep, right.
We have to go back and
I
listen.
can't believe
have
I
to
missed
finish
a
the
couple.
poll. Yeah. This is sad, Dave.
Guardians.
Guardians of
Yeah.
the Galaxy 1.
Still, maybe my favorite Marvel movie.
Ooh. Good choice.
I like funny.
With you.
Beautiful music.
That's like a
Something in
John
Spain.
Williams or Hans Zimmer. It sounds like Legends of the Fall, but I know that's not on our list. Maybe the no.
Boy, it's pathetic that I
I know.
listen to this
Dave,
every week.
this is embarrassing.
You gotta
It is.
just yap for a long
Okay,
time.
well,
I think the last
and
one was
we're out.
Infinity
Eventually
War.
something comes out.
Well, there you go. We'll
I
just
don't
keep on
know.
talking here for a minute or two. Yeah, Bill, how about this? They used
That
sweeps
sounds
in my
great.
basement.
Dolby.
Cinemax.
After we turn this
That's
off.
THX.
Dolby Atmos.
Oh, there you go.
THX.
THX.
We're getting Bill
I was
tuned
with
up.
you. It's one of them sound things.
I mean, I guess now we can just look at the camera. If you want to see us, we are on YouTube now.
Until
Go to Movie
next
Channel.
time.
See us.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Later.
Over and out.
Peace.
That's it. That's the show's over.
There you go.
Boom.
Oh my gosh.
Show's
it's
over.
hour and
so
7 minutes.
hot in here.
Is it?
Yes, I'm dying. I'm like sweating.
All right.
Good stuff. All right, I'm gonna hit the
You gotta keep
button.
drinking. Oh
That
man.
was only an hour and 17 minutes.
No, an hour and